Welcome to the fifth episode of Chalk Talk, and let's get right into it. Lamar Jackson had a Paul Pierce moment this last game against the Browns, but after the performance Lamar has been having over this season and the performance he just had against the Browns, who you can somewhat say has a solid defense, is Lamar Jackson a top 5 quarterback in the NFL? What do you think, Ashton?
First off, he denied that it was a Paul Pierce moment, but he said he was cramping up. But I don't know. Top 5 quarterback? Heck no, because what he offers is he's not gonna be durable for like a career like Drew Brees, Tom Brady. As soon as his legs go, we see that he's not really a threat. On that deep pass here to Marquise Brown, he was scrambling out the pocket. Some of the defense committed to the run because it was like a 4th and 5 situation. So I don't see him as a top quarterback because to be a top quarterback, you got to be able to throw the ball. Like RG3, I consider him, when he was playing good, I consider him a top 5 quarterback because he didn't need to run to be a good quarterback. He had an arm. Lamar is just not showing me that he's good enough with his arm.
What do you think, DJ?
I believe, yes, he's a top 5 quarterback. He got the legs to be able to run the football, and he has the arm and the accuracy to be able to throw the football. Came in there, beat a very good Browns team. I feel like, you know how I feel about my boy. It's my boy right there, Action Jackson, baby, MVP. But I believe, yeah, he's a top 5 quarterback.
Sam?
Come on now, bro. Top 5, crazy. Top 10? I don't think he's top 5 quarterback at all.
What?
I don't think he. You heard what I said, bro?
No, you said top 10. You said top 10. What?
Yeah, I don't think he.
I mean,
you hear me?
Yeah,
I think
it's top 10 for sure. It's not 10 quarterbacks you can name that are
like 9 or 10.
Yeah. We got no order. We got Kyler Murray,
Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, and you said Drew Brees, Josh Allen. Drew Brees is not a top 5.
I'm saying people.
People in front of yeah.
You talking about this season?
Yeah, this season. This season. Yeah, Drew Brees is definitely a great quarterback all time. But yeah, the top 5 I had was Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler, Russell Wilson, and Patrick Mahomes. The thing about Lamar Jackson that, like, when you watch NFL quarterbacks, it's about making the tough throws. When he gets but the thing about him is he's all about his legs. You take his legs away and you take him away. He has to be able to show me that he can make those tight throws, or he can sit up against a good defense and drop 300 yards with 3 touchdowns. He hasn't shown me that he can do that.
Keith, you see everybody that you name has a top 5 receiver on their team.
Is Mark Andrews not a top 5 tight end?
Come on. He's not Travis Kelce.
I didn't think he was. He's still a top 5 tight end.
If you put Marquise Brown on the Chiefs, he's going to look like Tyreek Hill.
100%. You got to throw your receivers open. You can't do that.
Marquise Brown doesn't get open. Marquise Brown dropped 2 straight passes that Lamar threw to him. That was
but
great.
You notice you're saying one receiver. His receivers might not be top 10 receivers, but they're still NFL receivers. They can get open.
Willie Snead is a good receiver.
100%. Devin Duvernay has shown. Miles Boykin. These are receivers who have shown if you at least throw them open, sometimes they can get there. They can make the tough catch.
But seen how Willie Snead looked in New Orleans with Drew Brees. That's because of Drew Brees. He come over here with Lamar. Yeah.
Hey, well, we're gonna head on to the next jump. Last week it was favoring my Giants, but this week not so much. The NFC East is taking a turn and a change of ways I haven't liked too much. But I'm gonna start out with the Cowboys fans because now after this week everything's shaking back up. Well, who's your favorite to win, Sam?
Excuse me to say this, but it's the Washington football team. Bro, they're elite. Bro. Their defense is elite.
Yeah.
Their pass game elite. Their D-line elite. Their play calling on defense elite. Everything's elite about their defense. Offense, I mean, they're not going to win a playoff game. No. Slow your roll. but they're gonna go to the playoffs.
Now, I'm gonna let my football team fans finish this one off, and I'll go second. It hurts me to say it just as much as it hurts Sam. I hate saying it, but that football, but it all depends on one thing. If Alex Smith is able to play the way he's been playing, and that calf injury doesn't affect him, or if Dwayne Haskins doesn't come in, this division is theirs for the taking. But if Dwayne Haskins is the quarterback for the rest of these weeks, or if he has to continue to come in these games, I don't see them winning that. I don't see them winning the division at all. I think it might go down to the Giants or Philly. I would even go as far to say Philly because the Giants aren't looking like they're going to win this division because Daniel Jones can't stay healthy.
Oh yeah, I
And
forgot.
we just have way too many problems going on in that locker room. So it's the football team's division to lose. Simple as that. Like the way that front seven and then Ronald Darby's tied with James Bradbury for the most pass deflections. He's playing really well as of late, and that defense is all coming together. I might even say it depends on who they play, but if they play somebody like the Rams or if they play like Arizona, I can see them beating them. If that defense can contain, like the thing about their front four is big, but they're also fast. So they can contain Kyler and still keep up with the receivers. I think that football team, I don't think they'll go deep in the playoffs, but they definitely can pull one out. What you think, Ashton?
I don't think they'll beat
we already played Arizona early in the year, and that's with Dwayne Haskins. So our defense played great. We did contain Kyler running the ball. Well, matter of fact, no, I'm lying. He went crazy. He had like 2 rushing touchdowns. But who would I see winning the NFC East? Of course, I'm gonna say Washington. But if I didn't have to say Washington, I'll probably go with Philly because they're looking pretty strong right now.
Yeah.
And we flash back to last week. Keith, who was it? Or maybe 2 weeks ago, Keith proved me and Sam wrong that Jalen Hurts does bring something different to that Eagles offense, and they look good. They beat a top team.
I don't think.
I proved y'all wrong. What you talking about?
No,
Yeah,
Sam did.
that was Sam, but we'll say that for a later question because we'll talk about Jalen Hurts in a little bit. DJ, what you think about the football team making this playoff push? All right, go ahead.
All right, these last couple games we have Seattle, the Panthers, and Eagles. That's all winnable games. The Seattle just lost to Colt McCoy, and yes, that's a winnable game. Without the way our defense is playing and the way Seattle defense is playing, that's definitely a winnable game. The Panthers is a winnable game, and with division, I'm calling now. The division will come down to Week 17, Washington versus Philly. Whoever wins that game will go to the playoffs.
I'm not. I'll go as if the Giants can pull. If they're able to pull, like if y'all lose out, and I think it's gonna come down to that who needs to win type of situation. If it comes down to if the Giants lose these next 2 games against the Browns and the Ravens, and then Week 17 we're 5-10, and you guys are 6-10 or 6-9. And if y'all lose to Philly and we win that game against Dallas, I think we will be able to go to the playoffs just based off the fact that we have the tiebreaker over y'all.
Yeah, the win advantage, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what it'll come down to that. I mean, I'm going to be a big anti-football team fan these next couple of weeks. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, it's very important for us to win, not to win, but win consistently. We got to get 2 games ahead of y'all just to be comfortable because y'all have the winner.
Nah, I think if y'all pull one more out as these next 3 games, it's out. It's over. It's y'all division. Y'all basically clinched the division because I don't see us beating nobody besides the Cowboys, or I don't see. Come on now.
I don't see y'all beating us, bro. No.
Say we could put money on that game. Please. We are going to blow. I'm not gonna say blow y'all out. It depends if Daniel Jones plays. Even if Colt McCoy plays, we're winning that game 100%.
Wow.
Like, come on, it's just that simple.
It feels really good that we're recording this. So, because I don't think I will ever in my life hear Sam say that again. So I'm glad this is on recording. Same for you, Keith. It's just a great moment. Finally see my team back in the playoffs.
Oh my God.
It's here. It's for years to come now. You see how elite this defense is, Sam?
No.
I mean, when you spend like
just give us a quarterback. Just give us a quarterback.
But now I will tell you this. Y'all are hurting yourself this year. You have you guys are in no way a Super Bowl caliber team right now. Y'all have no chance of making a Super Bowl. Everybody knows that. But right now, your biggest need is quarterback. you want to find a quarterback through the draft. Now, if y'all win the division and end up in the playoffs, the highest pick you can get is 19. The 4 quarterbacks that are people are talking about that are going to succeed in the NFL: Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Zach Wilson. Those quarterbacks will all. 4 of them are already gone. You think?
Well, actually, 4 of them are gone. Okay, yeah, 4 of them are gone.
So your best hopes would be Mac Wilson, who's coming. I think Mac Jones. He's coming out of
Mac
Alabama.
Jones from Alabama, who's having a Heisman season right now.
I never trust the Alabama quarterback because they're surrounded with NFL talent and they are not playing NFL type competition when they're blowing these teams out. He is not. I don't believe in Mac Jones. That might come back to
take me. Trash.
Alabama doesn't play LSU. Who produces Jamal Adams?
So you're telling me this LSU team this year is good?
No,
that's NFL competition.
Saying you don't trust Alabama quarterbacks. No Alabama quarterback has played. No Alabama quarterback has played like Mac Jones. Think about it. In recent memory, what Alabama quarterback has played as good as Mac Jones had in the season?
Sure.
Well, I'm talking about before that. Like, if you think about the last good one was AJ Macaron, whatever his name was.
AJ McCarron. AJ McCarron was setting records, and you see what he did. He's the 3rd string quarterback for the Bengals. I'm telling you, Alabama.
He had Amari Cooper. Mac Jones has not had a receiving core like that all the other quarterbacks had.
Devontae Smith.
Waddle's not playing. Waddle's not playing.
Devontae Smith is leading the votes in the Heisman watch. Come on. Amari Cooper wasn't a Heisman receiver. No, Mac Jones is surrounded by NFL.
Devontae Smith isn't no Calvin really. Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper set records, baby. Get that straight.
He's about to break those records. Devontae Smith is like 1 touchdown away from breaking Amari Cooper's records. So if you're saying he's not surrounded by talent, he is. And Kyle Trask, if you look at the games that Kyle Pitts wasn't in the games. Kyle Trask is Kyle Pitts. Now, if y'all do end up picking Kyle Trask, I don't know if that'll turn into a Scary Terry type of combo. That would be something nice to see.
I'm about to say it's lethal duo.
But you got to understand, like, that's a tight end and a receiver are 2 different people. These are quarterbacks who have these difficulties with them. And you look, Kyle Trask played I forgot who it was. I think it was LSU. And you see LSU has been piss poor this year. And he played maybe his worst game of the year. Now, I'm not saying that's going to tell everything. I still think he's going to be a very good NFL quarterback. But going back to say, I don't think he's going to fall to y'all or if he's going to succeed into the NFL under y'all system. He's going to need a lot of key pieces around him for him to succeed in the NFL.
But here's my thing, Keith. Here's my thing, though, with that. I think if there's enough quarterbacks on the board for where we can find one, that we can find a quarterback who can fit our system.
To be honest,
not Zach Wilson.
To be honest with you, I don't want to go quarterback first round. Personally, I think if it's a good lineman available or a good receiver available, just build an offense first and then throw a quarterback in there. Then having a quarterback come in there without any weapons and look bad.
I don't know how Morgan Moses has played this year, but I know my boy Christian Darrisaw out of Virginia Tech. That would be a nice pick. I think he might fall to y'all around 19.
I'm about to say.
And y'all might be able to scoop him. That'd be a very nice pickup for y'all that I would like to be in my division.
Yeah, man.
But we're gonna go. We're gonna move on to the next job. The Steelers sadly, and I hate to say it, they let Washington take them down. Had a piss poor performance. Then they played a top 5, top 10 team in Buffalo. And you've seen the performance that they put out. What do you think is the key reasons for this losing streak? What do you think, Asher?
All 3 of y'all told me they play real teams, blah, blah, blah. Their was real. I told y'all that they would not be able to win games without a running game and with just throwing the ball 50 times a game. I told all 3 of y'all that. Look me in the eyes. I told all 3 of y'all that they're 10-0 wasn't real. What did y'all say? Oh, they were all good teams. We won the game. I knew this. I called this. Like I called many other things this season. The Steelers will not go to the Super Bowl. The Steelers will not go far strictly off the fact that they can't run the ball. You can't hold a lead throwing the ball 50 times. You can't win a game just throwing the ball 50 times unless you're playing a horrible defense like the team that they were playing. So, yeah, I told y'all that. Ain't no secret.
I mean, they got James Conner back. I know he didn't play because he was just coming off of COVID against Buffalo, so I know he didn't play that much. But I still think having him back is going to help them. But I agree with Ashton, man. I said my three things was their locker running game, their drops, and their offense. Big Ben is not going to win you a game strictly off of passing. That's just not who he is anymore. Deontay Johnson has had like 6+ drops in like the last 3 games. I hate to say it, but Juju's for the amount his ego that he has all of a sudden and dancing on a team's logo. I don't like that. And like Ashton said, you're not gonna win a game running. You're not gonna win the game not running the ball. Like you look at the Chiefs, Mahomes can definitely win a game just strictly off of passing. But you got Le'Veon Bell and Allaire being able to run the ball. At one point, Allaire was like top 5 in rushing yards this year. You gotta have a running game to solidify that, and so teams can play you honest and not set up for that passing game. What you think, Sam?
I agree. I agree. Did was Big Ben got hurt last game, right? Against the Bills.
I don't think he got
Mm-mm.
hurt, but I think it's still like they're relying on a guy who just came off of a elbow injury who missed the whole last season. You're relying on that guy to pass 50, 60 times a game to win you the game. That's just not going to work. And then when Deontay Johnson can't catch the ball to save his life, that's not going to work either. What you think, DJ?
I agree.
I didn't know Deontay Johnson had that many drops. Didn't they say he leads the league
Yeah,
in drop catches? I think
yeah.
I didn't know that. That was surprising. But it's just the fact that Big Ben is not. He's not. He can't pass the ball 50. Like you said, he can't pass the ball 50 times and win. James Conner has got to get. He's got to get more touches if they want to start winning some football games. Or James Conner, or Snell, or Andy McFarland, whatever. They need to figure out something in the run scheme if they want to win in the playoffs. And I don't know what's been up with their defense. It just hasn't been the same defense that everybody's seen throughout the year in the past 2 games that we just saw.
Yeah, it seems like we all agree
In my
about
opinion, though. That's my opinion.
it seems like we all agree the rushing game is the biggest thing they need to figure out going on to this playoff push they're about to make. But we've seen and Sam told us and he warned us about Jalen Hurts, and now the division's back into the thick of things. Jalen Hurts is now in the game. The Eagles just beat maybe one of the best teams in the NFC in the Saints. Do you think Jalen Hurts is going to be able to give them a playoff push? And I'm going to start this one off because I really want to talk about this. I think it all depends. I think he has a very good chance at doing it, but I just think they gave him what they didn't give Carson Wentz. They allowed, like, if you look at the game, they let him scramble out the pocket and make throws out the pocket, and they let him do the RPOs and all that. They didn't give Carson Wentz all that. They like his receivers, like he only had 173 passing yards. People are making it seem like he just came out here and walked through this defense passing the ball, and that's just not the case. Miles Sanders played arguably one of his best games all season. He's not going to have that every week. Miles Sanders is not going to give him that every week. I'm going to say it now. He's not going to take this team to the playoffs. People are going crazy and raving over Jalen Hurts over this one game against the Saints. Now, that's a very talented team. Don't get me wrong, but I still don't see him taking on these other teams. He's got the Cardinals, Cowboys, and Eagles. I need to see that he can beat the Cardinals, Cowboys, and Eagles. I mean, Cardinals, Cowboys, and Redskins, a football team. My fault. Going down these next few weeks, because if he can't do that, I don't think he'll succeed. And I think it's just going to be another case of, even if he does take him to the playoffs this year, people are going to rave over the offseason about him. But he's going to come in next year, and it's going to be the same Lamar scenario. You take out the running game off of Jalen Hurts, he's not going to be able to beat you. And once teams they might not be able to figure that out this year, but next year they're definitely going to figure it out. What do you think, DJ?
I believe he, like Sam said, he did bring something new. He brought the legs, he brought the RPO, he brought being able to scramble out the pocket. But like you said, though, Keith, you said he's not going to be able to do any of that. If you give a full team a week to scout him and to figure out his game plan, how he plays, then they're going to be able to stop him. And I mean, they had a full week and they still couldn't stop him. So I think he can. I believe he can make a playoff push. Like I said, I believe it's going to come that Week 17 game, us versus the Eagles, and that's going to choose who makes the playoffs. Because I think Jalen Hurts is I'm going to say better quarterback than Carson. Well, he's playing better than Carson Wentz in that offense, in my opinion.
I think I'll let Ashton and Sam go next, but I think that week 17 game against the football team, I'm gonna have to watch that one because that defense, that front seven against him, that's gonna be because they're not gonna allow him to run out the pocket to do whatever he wants. So I'm really curious to see if he's
No.
gonna be able to pass that ball against that defense. What you think, Ashton and Sam?
Jalen Hurts, he proved me wrong. I said change was going to stop him. He was going when they had the chance to scout him, just like DJ said. But he came out, he proved me wrong. Did he prove me all the way wrong? No. He didn't throw for 200. Like I just said like you said, Keith, Lamar, RG3, all these good running quarterbacks play good their first season. And then they come in next year, don't do good. But the question is this season, do I think that he can take them to the playoffs? No. He plays Arizona and Dallas up next. Arizona just had a great game against the Giants O-line. And I don't see the Eagles O-line being much better, having like an Andrew Thomas. Hassan Reddick just exposed the Giants. And I feel like they're going to be all over the Eagles and all over Jalen Hurts. So I don't see them winning.
Now I think
Go ahead.
my fault. I started to cut you off, but they ran a 4-4 against the Giants, and my center Gates came out and said he was like that they weren't prepared for that because that most teams don't do that. They only do that when they know the quarterback can't get out of the pocket. Daniel Jones was hurt, and they exposed him for that. Now Jalen Hurts, I don't. They're not going to play him like that because he's not hurt. He's fresh off a good game. He's perfectly fine. So I think they're going to play him differently than they had us.
Yeah. No, but one thing I seen was a straight up one-on-one on the left tackle. That had nothing to do with the 4-4. That's a one-on-one matchup between the DN and the tackle, and they were getting sacks. So I feel like
I'm all for that. Yeah, I hate my left tackle. I wanted Wills or Mekhi Becton, but can't go my way.
you just crying about Andrew Thomas.
No, it's a love-hate relationship with this guy. You gotta understand, like
They was playing like veterans.
For 5 straight weeks, he didn't allow pressure, and then he goes against Hassan Reddick and allows 5 sacks. I can't I gotta get some consistency out of my left tackle before I can say anything.
He one of the best tackles in the NFL. And then this week,
I never said that. I never said best tackles in the NFL.
Yeah, but no, I honestly don't see them going to the playoffs. Would I like to see him succeed? No, I really don't like Jalen. I don't think he's a good quarterback, even when he was at Alabama. So, yeah, I don't think he will last long.
What do you think, Sam?
I mean, I told you so. You know, the Saints are one of the best defenses in the league.
You're right.
And they had a whole week to plan for him. So I think he can make a playoff push, and his team will succeed.
It's any given Sunday though. We just seen Giants beat Seattle. Are we going to say Giants are a top team now because they beat a top team? No, it's any given Sunday. I think they just caught Saints on a bad Sunday. I think they're back to reality this week.
I agree with that, and I know I don't know about y'all, but I remember when I was watching the Monday night game, it was the Rams and the Chiefs a couple years ago. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
That was one of the best games I've ever watched as a football fan. And we just had this Browns-Ravens game. I was in a party with Ashton, and I heard him come running back to me talking about, so this is a great game. Yeah, watching that game, that was an amazing game to watch. The course of events, my boy McSorley came in the game, got hurt. Lamar trotted out, picked up a 4th and 5 for a touchdown. Do we believe that both of these teams are contenders in the playoffs? What do you think, DJ?
No. No. I love Lamar, but no. Then the Browns, Baker didn't play bad. He played okay, played good. Nick Chubb played like Nick Chubb. He had a good running game. Kareem Hunt also was great. They have a nice little 2 running back scheme up there. I like that. But no, I don't think either one of these teams are contenders, in my opinion. I know they just don't have the defense to stop the offenses they're going to have to play against in their conference. Like it was 45-42. That was the final score, and it was a good game all around. Oh yeah, because the safety. It was a great game all around. Don't take that away from them, but no, I don't think they have the defenses to stop the offense. They will have to play in the playoffs.
What you think, Ashley?
Will both of these teams make a playoffs? That's the better question. Because we got the AFC South with the Colts that were sitting at 9-4. And we have, matter of fact, with the new 17, they might actually make both teams might actually make the playoffs, but we have to see. Do I see them being playoff contenders? Lamar, it just comes down to what defense he plays. If he's playing a good defensive coordinator who knows how to shut him down, which a lot of teams do, they know they won't win. But this Browns team, they're a serious team now. Sam been telling this a long time. I didn't believe him, but this team is good. But I don't know what happened to their defense, allowing that many points. But if their defense can snap back, this is a good team because both offenses had a good game. You put up 47, you put up 42. That's enough to win the game.
They was just playing Lamar, bro. Lamar was just getting out the pocket, making the coverages like when you in coverage, you can't sit in the same coverage the whole game, the whole time. Lamar's in the backfield, so when you roll out and somebody commits, somebody is open. He did that all day. They're not gonna face a quarterback like that every time.
Ashton went.
Contenders.
Yeah, Ashton went somewhat down the lines of this, but then deferred to a different route. I think this playoff push depends on two people, and it's both the quarterbacks, both Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson. That's who it's going to fall on. It depends what Baker you're going to get and what Lamar you're going to get. If Lamar is able to play like his MVP self and give you the 47 and those type of games as a team, and if he's able to do that, I believe they can make a playoff push. And if Baker's he's been playing good recently. He had that 4-touchdown game against Tennessee, and then played a really good defense in Baltimore and dropped 42. So if he's able, like most teams aren't going to be able to keep up with that. If he's able to do that, I think both these teams can make the playoffs, and not only that, make a push. We're now in the week 15 of football, and I know we're all glad to continue to watch more football week in and week out. The MVP races really come down to like maybe 2 people. Who's your MVP favorite through 14 weeks?
Let me start. Can I start? Sam,
go ahead, DJ.
No, Sam wants to start.
Patrick, I don't know. Patrick Mahomes on Aaron Rodgers. Why not? That's my favorite.
Go ahead, DJ.
He said the same thing I was gonna say. It's between them two, Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. They both been having a great season. The teams are doing great right now. It's just honestly between them two. I feel as Russell Wilson's out of the race now after how he's played in the past couple weeks.
Think about Aaron Rodgers, 39 touchdowns, 4 picks. Pat Mahomes, 33 touchdowns, 5 picks. They're both, like you're saying, having a great season. Their teams are winning games. They're playing good in tight moments. But when it comes down to who's the MVP, I think it's just Pat Mahomes. Because when we roll the tape, we see him dropping back 10 yards to the left, throwing the pass to the right to end the game. He just makes better plays. It's just amazing to watch him and see the things that he does on the field. And I think this is why he'll be the MVP.
Yeah, Mahomes is without a doubt one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But I think when people think of MVP, they think of who's playing the best, and the award has something to do with that. But I think most valuable player is to your team, and I think if you switch the roles, I think Aaron Rodgers would be excelling more. I think Mahomes is granted off the pieces that he has, but like I think with Aaron Rodgers, he's the most valuable player because, as you said, he's leading the league in passing touchdowns. He only has 4 touchdowns, has the best QBR right in front of Mahomes.
I mean 4 picks.
Okay, yeah, 4 picks. I think Aaron Rodgers is like you look at the 2 receiving cores. That's Devontae Adams, MVS, and Alan Lazard versus Travis Kelce, Mecole Hardman, and Tyreek Hill. Aaron Rodgers, I think, he's playing at the better level with less. And that's why I think he should win the MVP, because if he had that better level with more, he would be playing at a better level than Mahomes is this year. And I think Aaron Rodgers is without a doubt the better quarterback, not the better quarterback, but who's playing at the higher level as of right now.
We can't say with the pieces
Great
that
point.
they have
Great
because we
point.
haven't seen Pat Mahomes play with the pieces that less pieces, but we seen that he made Tyreek Hill. If you think about it, he definitely did sign. He didn't make Tyreek Hill.
He made Tyreek Hill, or Tyreek Hill
Without
made Mahomes.
sign.
No, I wouldn't say Tyreek Hill made Mahomes because then you got to look at Travis Kelce. But I do think
Everybody
Mahomes did
Mahomes didn't
benefit.
make Tyreek Hill. If Tyreek Hill running a fly and he's fast as he can be, and Patrick Mahomes,
the
it's literally
quarterback still has to get it
no,
there.
it's literally a meme of Patrick Mahomes just throwing the ball and saying Tyreek Hill down there somewhere. That's not making
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill.
But no other quarterback other than Aaron Rodgers or maybe Russell Wilson, Josh Allen. But he's just making the plays that a lot of quarterbacks just can't make. No look passes, cross body passes. He's making the plays. He has to put it in their hands. He's avoiding sacks. He knows where the pressure is in the pocket. He knows how to maneuver when the pass rush is coming. It's just things that it's just like you smack your head as a defensive coordinator you playing because you have everything drawn up perfect. Everybody's in tight coverage, and then he still makes the play. One of Tyreek Hill touchdowns. Literally, Tyreek Hill. It was in the game against who did he play when he had all those
Tampa.
against Tampa? He's just running the fade. The defender couldn't be any tighter. He just throws it to him and it's right in his hands before you know anything. That's why I think he's the MVP.
I mean, yeah, it comes down to both Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes, but we witnessed. I don't know. I witnessed one of the better catches I've seen all season, and the cornerback Kenny Moore had a one-hand pick in the end zone to pick off Derek Carr. But with the Colts win, do you believe that's more of the Colts being contenders or the Raiders being pretenders? What do you think, Ashton?
I preached about the Raiders all year, so I think it's just about the Colts having a good game, playing a well-rounded game because the Raiders aren't nothing to be played with. They're not a joke. So I think that was just a good game overall by the Colts.
I'll go against you on this one. I think it's a little bit of both. I think the Colts really are contenders, and that defense and Phillip Rivers is just the right quarterback to get you over the hump enough to make the playoffs. But I don't know. The Raiders haven't shown me that they can win these games. Like their record right now, they're not showing me that like they had a close game, should have lost to the Jets. They lost to the Falcons. They're losing to these lower end teams, and I just can't see them getting over
the Falcons aren't a lower ranked team. Maybe their record doesn't tell it all. Some of the games they had 1 or 2 plays away from going up. They're 1-2 games away, 3 games away from having a positive record if those things didn't happen. So the Falcons aren't a bad team by far.
I don't disagree, but I just think the Raiders have yet to show me that besides that Chiefs win, I don't see them like I just don't. Huh?
What about the Chiefs' loss? They still had a great game.
No, I know they did. They played excellent, but they're just I don't know. I think that I won't deny they're a good team, but I don't know if they're a good enough team to go make the playoffs or to win a game in the playoffs. What do you think, DJ?
I don't think the Colts can. I think it's the Raiders being pretenders. The Colts aren't really. They're a good team, but Phillip Rivers is at quarterback. Phillip Rivers is playing quarterback for them. And my thing is, T.Y. Hilton is not going to have these 2 little breakout games that he's having consistently. He's not going to do that consistently. Jonathan Taylor had a great game. He had 2 touchdowns, I think. I wish he would do that more consistently. You know, I got him on my fantasy team, but no, he's not going to do that consistently every game, scoring like that. So I just honestly think, like I said, the Raiders are a very good team. They beat the Chiefs. They played 2 good games against the Chiefs. I think it's the Raiders being pretenders. We know how the Chiefs are when they really, I wouldn't say when they really lock in, but when they
know something's on the line, when it's win or go home.
Yeah, when they play hard, play harder, or when they want to win.
Well, yeah. I hate for this to come out of my mouth, and I hate for this to actually be a topic that we're talking about. But it's something we have to talk about. Does this football team have the best defense in the NFL? I want to save y'all two for the end of this portion. I want to go. I want to start this one. I want to say yes. I think they got a gem in the seventh round with their safety and Curl, and that front seven with Ronald Darby and Kendall Fuller. I think that defense is coming together. John Bostic is making plays. This defense is coming together down the season. They're showing me that they are making a strong case for the best defense in the NFL. Chase Young's now flourishing. You've got the other people, like they just benefit off of each other. When one's not making the play, the other's making the play. You've seen how Chase Young ran off that fumble recovery. He looked like a running back, like a Derrick Henry type of guy. Like he was not about to take him down, and I hated it. But you just have to own up to it. This defense is certified. They're showing that although they were going against Nick Mullins, it's still an NFL quarterback, and like you don't find a seventh round gem like they did in their safety. I personally think this defense is the best in the NFL. What do you think, Sam?
Washington, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think they the best in the NFL because they do good against the run and the pass, which most defenses don't do. Some good at the pass, some bad at the run. But yeah, I agree. They're the best defense in the league.
all right, go ahead, football team fans. What you think, Ashton?
I mean, to y'all, it's a surprise. To me and DJ, we've been preaching
Man, it's
this
a surprise to all of us, man. Stop capping.
building this defense for the past 3 years. We got Allen, Payne, Sweat, Young. We just built this D line over the past 4 years. And one thing that's not talked about on our defense as much because it's overshadowed is the linebacking core. Kevin Pierre-Louis playing great sacks, playing the run, stuffing the run. Cole Holcomb playing sideline to sideline. John Bostic made the Steelers interception. He's just making big plays. He's all around the field. This defense, to me, is the best defense in the NFL right now, all around. When you bring in the secondary, the linebackers, and the D-line, and how they play off each other. Like you said, it's like they're just having fun out there. It's a race to who's going to make the play, who's going to get the sack. They're having fun on the sideline. I never had this much fun being a Washington fan watching this defense in a long time. I actually smiled last Sunday. I haven't did that in a long time watching this team. So yes, I do think we're the best NFL defense.
What do you think, DJ?
My thing is, everybody was judging us. Why y'all keep on getting Alabama D lineman? Why y'all keep getting D lineman in the trash? Why y'all doing it? It's a plan. It's a plan. And here's the thing with that, like you said, Keith, they're flourish off each other. If Montez Sweat is giving the pressure, Chase Young might get back there and get the sack, or Deron Payne is going back there to get the sack. Allen, and then we can rotate people in and out. We got Kerrigan on the sideline waiting.
And
we got
Tim
multiple D tackles. We have, like he said, and then one of our D tackles is hurt, Ioannidis. So when he comes back,
imagine that.
I mean, we just have a whole bunch of we can rotate. We can switch up a whole bunch of things. You can play people in different spots. You could use them in different ways. Like you said, Chase Young is fast. I don't like how sometimes they put Chase Young in pass coverage, but it's a reason to it. That's his reason.
He is a surprise to the defense, and he's athletic enough to play linebacker. And like you said, I think our backups can start. I think our backups could be a starting D line somewhere. You got Tim Settle with 5.5 sacks. You got Ryan Kerrigan, the all-time sack leader. And then you also have Ioannidis if he wasn't injured. Imagine those three D linemen. Those three D linemen can start somewhere else, and they're on our bench. Like you said, we have so many people that can rotate. We keep fresh legs. Jack Del Rio has been one of the best defensive coordinators this year, like Sam touched on, with the blitzes he calls, the pass coverage. I don't have any fear of us getting beat deep other than that Cowboys game. Like, I just know that we don't give up big plays that often. I just love the way our defense is playing. They're so consistent. And our defense is actually what keeps us in most games. If you really think about it, our offense is tremendously slow the first half of every game. We're the worst first half team on offense in the NFL. We just don't put up points. Our defense is what keeps them in the game. They create turnovers. They change the field possession battle. And that's what allows our quarterback just to be simple game managers, pray not to turn the ball over, get down there a few times, and that's a win. And when we come alive with offense, this will be a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, I hate to hear it to my ears, and I hate to say it out of my mouth. That team is official on defense. But going down to the Eagles, they just beat the Saints with Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. Do you think the Saints should be concerned going into the playoffs about playing those tougher teams or those better teams? Like, do you think they'll be able to contend with these teams and not allow the big plays like they are to Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts? I'll start this one off. I said no. I don't believe they should be. This Saints team is a great team. It's probably another case where they just looked over Philadelphia. We all picked the Saints last week. I think it was just one of those. They looked them over. I think Taysom Hill is still the quarter. I don't take anything away from him. He's still I'm not gonna say very good, but he's a good quarterback. But I think when Drew Brees comes back, that Saints defense, and then that Saints offense won't have anything to worry about. I just think they need to worry about getting Drew Brees back and then getting him back into the flow of that offense.
Their offense is so different now with Taysom Hill at quarterback. That's probably my only thing. Drew Brees, he's not getting out the pocket and running the football like Taysom Hill. They're not running read options. They're not doing none of that. He's sitting in the pocket. He's going to throw the football to either Alvin Kamara or Slant Boy or Emmanuel Sanders. But no, I believe, like you said, Keith, I believe they need Drew Brees back. And then if Drew Brees doesn't come back, well, no, he's good now, right? Correct?
He's good, but they're just staying with the Taysom Hill train for a couple more weeks to the playoffs.
My thing is, if he's not good 100% by playoffs time, then they should be worried going into the playoffs with a backup quarterback in Taysom Hill. So that's my thing. But no, I don't think they should be worried after they lost to Eagles. They just called them bad time. Eagles took advantage, won the game.
Like I said, any given Sunday, they shouldn't be worried. This team doesn't have their starting quarterback. This is not at all what they will look like with Drew Brees at quarterback making the calls. And it's just going to be a different team to play. I don't think they should worry. This Eagles team is not a bad team by far. It's just a couple bad play calls, a couple bad situations, and that's why their record is what it is. But the Eagles aren't a bad team overall. So I wouldn't be worried if I was the Saints. They still in the playoffs, very much in the playoffs, and will look different in the playoffs. So no, I wouldn't be worried if I was in New Orleans.
I agree. I wouldn't be worried if I was New Orleans. They probably game plan for Taysom Hill, shut him down. O-line didn't play good. Josh Sweat had 2 sacks. Can't let that happen. Drew Brees
Yeah, it seems like we all have the same general idea about the Saints. Shouldn't be too worried about it. You got the Chiefs. We all can agree the Chiefs are the team to beat in Kansas City, and like it can't be a cakewalk, and that AFC isn't a cakewalk. Who do we think is the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC to win it all? Who do you think, DJ?
Keith, my opinion, nobody. I don't think anybody can stop the trio of Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes. I don't see any team being able to stop that. Like, even the Steelers, only team who I can see containing them, Washington football team. But that's besides the point. But I don't see anybody being able to beat them. I feel as if the Chiefs are about to go in there and not run through the playoffs, but they're going to prove a statement that they deserve to be back in the championship game. And Patrick Mahomes is going to try and go for that second ring.
All right. First of all,
I
just want to DJ. I want to agree with DJ. I don't see the team stopping them. But this is a question. You said if a team could stop them, if I had to put my money on another team, I'll put on the Tennessee Titans because that's a team that can keep the ball out of Pat Mahomes' hand, running the ball with Derrick Henry. If their running game is on, I feel as if the Titans are the only team that can get them a shot. But yeah, the only team in the NFL right now that could beat Kansas City is Washington, and they're not on the AFC. So,
but that nonsense is You see, you think it's who, Sam?
The Bills. The Bills is the biggest threat to the Chiefs. If anything, I think they could beat the Chiefs. To be honest, Josh Allen come out there, play like he been playing. Stephon Diggs, who's guarding Stephon Diggs on the Chiefs? Nobody. You know, I think they could go. It's gonna be a good game, but I think the Bills defense will end up getting that stop that they need, and the Bills will win the game.
Now, the team I had as the biggest threat, and you'll probably look at me like I'm crazy for this one. But I think it's the Browns. The Browns are the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the playoffs, and here's why. The
Oh,
thing, the, the thing about the Chiefs, like they're known to pass. You got on the defensive side, if Denzel Ward can come back, we know he's been hurt as of late, and they've still been playing at a high level. If he can come back, if he can keep up with
was a high level.
he wasn't playing. But let me explain myself. If you can, the thing about the Chiefs, you have to keep up with them scoring the ball, and you have to keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands as long as you can. That Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, that pair right there, that can take at least 8 minutes of a quarter out just straight running the ball. And the Chiefs, besides Chris Jones, they can't stop the run besides Chris Jones. And that Browns O line is top 5 in the league. If Baker can come out there and play at the level he's been playing these last few weeks, and Nick Chubb and them can continue to run the ball and have those type of games, and if Myles Garrett, you've seen what Nick Bosa did last year. Nick Bosa was containing Mahomes, but he let him loose in that fourth quarter. If they can contain Mahomes, and if Myles Garrett can keep Mahomes flustered throughout that game, I think the Browns have the best chance at stopping the Chiefs.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
I was expecting you to say the Colts.
No, I personally,
Nobody saying the Bills, like.
I
I mean,
say the
I
Bills.
feel as if the
I know
Bills. I don't think the Bills defense can stop the Chiefs offense, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs. I know the Bills defense look good against Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh's just not a good offense to me. And I think Mahomes is gonna find the gaps left and right on that Bills defense. And I said the Browns because I just think Kevin Stefanski has done an immaculate job with that team, and he's been able to change everything. He's got Baker playing at his best. I think Baker's playing better without without Odell Beckham. And Jarvis Landry's playing at a good level. You got Richard Higgins. He likes to use his tight end, Bryant. I think with that O-line and those running backs, it's going to be a scary sight. But now we're on to my favorite part of the week. We got our weekly picks. DJ, who's in the lead?
Biggest shocker that's ever happened, baby. First place. Yeah, DJ. You already know.
Oh, is this from last week or all together?
Overall. It should be overall.
Say that again. Overall?
Yeah, overall.
No.
Do from
overall,
last. Do from
okay.
last week. Then
No, I'm gonna do overall, and then I'm gonna do last week. All right, son.
Right.
Overall, I'm in first with 32.
I'm in second.
Ash is in second with 31. Keith is in 30. Keith is in third with 30, and you're in last, Ashley, with 29. This week,
You said I was in second.
You said Ashton was in second.
Oh no, Sam's in second, and Ashton's in last.
yes, sir.
I was there.
No, I'm explaining. Ashton, this week messed you up. You and Keith are tied for third with seven correct picks this week. Sam was in first with 12, and I was in second with 11.
You hear me?
We had 7 right, Keith. That's crazy.
You did too.
I picked with my gut. I went with the Niners and the Giants, and they did me wrong. But this week's gonna change everything. I got a good week going into it. We got a Thursday nighter today, and we got a couple Saturday games, so I'm excited. Who you said you're in first, DJ?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you know the way
I think he's ready.
goes.
I think he's ready.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check up on that.
No, look. No. I had 20. I had 22. I had 22.
You good? We'll talk about it later. But today's the Thursday nighter between the Chargers and the Raiders. Who you got pulling this one out?
Oh man, Chargers and the Raiders.
This is a hard one.
Do I want to trust my boy Justin Herbert? I don't want to go with the. I'm going with the Raiders. I'm sorry, gotta go with the Raiders. It's not that I can't put faith in Herbert. It's just like I can't put faith in the play calling that Anthony Lynn has for them to go out there and beat the Raiders. So I'm going with the Raiders.
Sam.
This is a tough one. I put my trust in Just Herbert last week. The defense got it done. I'd go with Justin Herbert, and the Chargers. They're gonna work,
I think this
Keith,
one's...
no, don't open your mouth. You're last. All right.
No, I'm not. You're in fourth. You're in last. No,
you're
last.
I'm in last.
Yeah. So I think this one's harder than y'all are making it out to be. It's the Raiders, and it's simple as that. Mike Williams isn't playing, and Keenan Allen's a game time decision.
Nope. I got the Raiders.
No, you can't. No.
You believe in Justin Herbert. Nah, you believe in Justin
Herbert. You changed it before, so yeah, I'm changing it.
I have never changed my pick. I
swear to God, you never changed it.
I swear to God, I've never changed my pick.
DJ, once you write it down, it's in stone, bro.
He didn't write it down.
Yes, he did.
So yeah,
DJ,
put me down.
Nah. I got the Raiders, bro.
Nah, you don't. It's already in stone.
I do. I changed last week. I changed last week before the game, so I got the Raiders.
That didn't count. I'm taking the Raiders. Sam has the chart. The next week.
DJ, I got the Raiders, bro. Man,
we gonna move on to the next game. We got Bills Broncos.
Oh wait, as you see, you got the Raiders.
Yeah. Go ahead, DJ.
You said Bills Broncos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bills.
Yeah, Bills. Come on.
I'm gonna follow suit with the Bills. I'm not gonna do nothing stupid this week.
Yeah. All right, we got Green Bay, Carolina.
Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay. These too easy.
Green Bay.
And then we got Patriots, Dolphins.
Ooh.
Dolphins. I feel as if their defense is gonna be able to stop Cam Newton.
What do you think, sir? I need this one, and I'm gonna need it badly to get back into my top stone. Put me down for Cam. I think without Mike Gesicki's his favorite target. He's 9 times out of 10 not gonna play this weekend. I just think Devontae Parker being shaky. It's gonna come down to that Miami defense. Do I think they can get it done? Yes, but I'm gonna stick with my gut and put me down for the Patriots.
Hey, Keith, we bottom 2, baby. It's time to take. We're gonna take the top with this one right here. I'm going New England. Cam Newton.
All right, it's starting to get a little tougher. We got. Oh no, this one's pretty easy. You got Jaguars and the Baltimore.
Oh, that's not easy. Jaguars always play good football. They just lose the game.
I'm going Baltimore. I'm going Lamar.
What do you got? I think Sam's frozen, but I think it's pretty easy. Well, I think he's taking Baltimore. I'll go Baltimore too.
Yeah, Baltimore Ravens. Simply the fact they're fighting for the playoffs, the team's gonna come in locked in. So
hey, y'all heard me?
Same shit.
Nah.
Baltimore saying?
Yeah, I said Baltimore.
All right, yeah, there you go. This one, I don't see anybody going for each bit. It's Texans Colts. Who you got?
Colts.
Yeah, just because I don't want to fall. Just put me down for the Colts.
Yeah, my mom always told me, dare to be different, baby. I'm going with the Houston Texans this week. Deshaun Watson.
Hey, right. This is the same game. Now I'm going to talk to it after. You go ahead.
All right, we got Detroit and Tennessee.
Tennessee. Science,
Derrick Henry game.
I need King Henry to give me another big fantasy playoff game. Put me down for the Titans.
Tennessee, Derrick Henry. I don't see the Detroit Lions stopping Derrick Henry.
I mean, some favoritism in this nonsense of a game. We got San Fran and Dallas.
I don't know who to go with, if I'm being honest. I want to go with the Cowboys, but now where are they playing at? Are the 49ers playing at home?
I believe so.
Like you said, they play different at home. So,
but their home is in Arizona now. It's not in
I forgot.
LA.
I want to go with the 49ers so bad, but they just suck. Like, this is good. I'm going with the 49ers. No. Cowboys.
Yeah, man. Dallas Cowboys, Jimmy. We played good last week. It was the Bengals, but we played good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're just right now. Put me down for the Niners. My third straight week picking them. I think they're not going to disappoint this week going against a bottom tier Dallas Cowboys team.
The Giants right with us.
Ashton?
Nick Mullins going to bounce back. I see the fight in Nick Mullins. I think he has a future in NFL. I think they're going to bounce back this week. Hopefully they can get Debo back. They had a lot of injuries against Washington. So hopefully they get healthier. What you make that face for?
Nah, because DJ.
Hey, boy, what you make that face for?
I don't think Debo.
Debo's out for the season.
Yeah.
He's out for the season? Okay. But I'm still going San Francisco. Simply off the fact that I will never let Dallas leave my mouth. Winning the game.
Oh, wow.
You went with them last week.
Next game.
Well, we got Seattle, Washington. I know two of these picks.
Football team, babe.
You know what?
Don't you dare.
Seahawks.
No, don't you dare. Put me down for the Seahawks. Come on. They're not stopping. I love that defense. I'm scared of it, but I think Dwayne Haskins might be the starter this week. And if Alex Smith starts, he's still a little injured. I don't see them winning this game. Put me down for Seattle.
Can I delay my pick until I find out who is our starting quarterback?
Dwayne Haskins, Alex Smith, Samuel Green, Keith Archer. I don't care who they line up this week at quarterback. I'm going with the Washington football team.
That's why you staying last.
That's all right. We got stay first in the NFL.
We got the Bears Vikings. I need some gritty in that. Go ahead, DJ.
Vikings.
Yeah, boy,
I want to go with the Vikings. I don't have faith in Mr. Trubisky. No, I would never put faith in him. I'm going with the Vikings. Said that last week, but I mean nobody's expecting him to go out there and do that.
It's
Montgomery playing good. This is a hard game. I go with the Vikings.
Yeah, like Sam said, this is a hard. Let's make you think. Yeah, I think they're both playing for a spot in that NFC wild card, 7th wild card spot. But with everything in me wants to say Chicago, but put me down for Minnesota.
Everything in you, that's what I'm gonna take right there. I'm gonna take Chicago Bears because we came out seeing them play a good football game. I lied. Put me down, Minnesota. Yeah,
I just want to be. Right.
Put me down, Minnesota.
All right, next game we got Buccaneers Falcons.
Why you thinking like?
I'm going Tom Brady. Yeah,
Brady.
He got his
Brady. Big threat, Scotty Miller. Brady.
I want to go with the upset, but I'm gonna go with Brady.
Just do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go with the Bucs this week.
Yeah, I think
I went with Falcons last 3 weeks. They disappointed me both weeks, so I'm going with the Bucs.
This one we got Philly, Arizona.
Arizona. Nah, I feel it.
Yeah, Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going with Arizona this week.
Next, we got the Jets and the Rams.
Rams easy.
Rams.
Yeah, that's an easy decision. I'm going with the Rams.
Then you got Chiefs Saints. Ooh.
Oh my God. I laugh.
Chiefs.
Chiefs, please, Mahomes.
Yeah, I can't go against Mahomes.
Go with your upset, Keith. Go ahead.
Oh, this was his
Yeah.
upset?
I would
No,
never, ever go against the Kansas City Chiefs again. So I'm going Kansas City.
I might have to mute my ears for this one. Cleveland against New York.
I mean, I did beat the Seahawks. So is Daniel Jones playing?
Nobody knows. We don't know until Friday.
And then I'm going with the Browns.
I think he's playing. I'll go with the Browns.
Everything like Daniel Jones he's looking good in practice and all that. They said he has a really good chance to play. Freddie Kitchens is calling plays against his old team, but still put me down for the Browns. This team isn't.
He's trying to use reverse psychology.
It's never a sign when Keith. It's never a sign when Keith goes against his team. Like he's lost doing that.
Yeah, he's trying to do reverse psychology. He really thinks the Giants are gonna win. He's going with his ritual. But
put
yeah,
me
mark
down for the Browns.
Put me down for the Browns. Not off no reverse psychology, just because they're the way better team at every position on the field.
Whoa.
No cap.
Whoa.
Is he lying?
They don't have a better cornerback than us.
I knew he was gonna say James Bradbury. That's his favorite.
War is a strap, Mahomes.
They don't have a better secondary than us. It's as simple as that. Promise you. Come on.
Secondary or corner? Like one
Secondary.
corner? Come on, bro.
James Bradbury, Jabril Peppers, Logan Ryan, Xavier McKinney, Darnay Holmes, Jordan Love.
Like he been playing or something.
Who?
Why you say Xavier McKinney? Like he been like, come on.
Because he's coming back.
Yeah,
he's gonna be great.
Say that with confidence. Xavier McKinney.
Yeah.
And to finish it off, we got the Steelers and the Bengals.
Steelers.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, not much to be said. They'll bounce back from their 2-game losing streak this week against the Bengals.
Well, that wraps up the 5th episode. It was a good one. Peace out.